Okay, so here is the iRulu Victory 2 phone. I've been meaning to do a review for a while, but I've been kind of hard pressed to do one because I don't have a lot of time. But basically, I just wanted to do a semi-quick review of the phone. I've had it for 2 weeks now, and I love it. So hopefully this review won't seem a little bit biased, but I guess I should just say from the outset, I am a little bit biased in favor of the phone. But we'll start from the beginning. The phone is on right now, so I will turn it off and then show you the battery. Give me a second here. You can see the iRulu logo when it turns on and off, and it does a little vibrate to come off. So you just kind of put your thumbnail under the back panel here, and you can carefully lift away. Carefully lift away, and you can see that it exposes a pretty sizable battery. The battery is 2030 milliamps, and so far so good as far as battery is concerned. You know, if I don't use it too much, and it's at 100% when I leave my house in the morning, I can come back home and it'd be around 50-45%. But recently I've been running a lot of music because I put music on here and I play music all day, so it's, you know, it's down to like 25-30% when I get home. So here you can see the battery. Here you can see the camera and the notification light and the fingerprint scanner. I'll get into the fingerprint scanner once I turn the phone back on to tell you, you know, what my experience has been with it. But for now, let's just go over the phone features. Here you can see where the SD storage card goes, and I did go back online, and I went to Amazon, and I got a 32 gigabyte. I don't know how well you can see that. I got a 32 gigabyte storage card, micro SD card, for my phone. And in it, the phone is supposedly, you know, able to take a micro SD card, or a micro SD SIM, a micro SIM card. Excuse me. But this takes a regular SIM card. You can't really see it, and I'm not going to take it out. But I have a full-size SIM card underneath there. Okay. So, yeah. Anyway, let me put the battery back in, and then we'll turn the phone on, and I'll show you how it works. So the power button here is on the right side of the phone, and on the left side you have the volume rockers. On the top front you have the headphone jack, 3.5 millimeter, and then you have the micro USB port for charging. The speaker on the back, again, you know, the speaker holes from the case go all the way across from left to right, but the speaker is actually only in one spot on the phone, right? The size of my thumbnail maybe, and so it doesn't go that far, but the sound on this phone is pretty good. So without further ado, let's turn it on. And here you can see the logo, iRulu Victory number 2. And I don't have it in quick boot mode, so you can see it took a little second to come up there. But here it recognizes my carrier, which is T-Mobile, and shows you my lock screen first. You can't really see it, but you can see the notifications at the top, battery percentage, so on and so forth. But let's get into the phone. Right, so notifications, Sorry, I'm getting a lot of notifications right now. Okay, so this is the desktop. I already have apps loaded onto this phone, but I'll just show you like the basics. So the first thing everybody really cares about, you know, is the camera. So we'll go to the camera first, and we'll open the camera, and it has a rear and a front camera, and like right now it's showing you the rear camera, but if we switch it to selfie mode, you can see that we have the camera facing us now, and on this huge 5.5-inch screen, it is really good for taking selfies or whatever you want to do. The front camera has 5 megapixels. The rear camera has 8 megapixels. The picture quality is really good. I'll see if I can put some stills that I've already taken in my video, but if not, just take my word for it. The pictures are really good, and as you can see, it is voice. You do have voice options here. If you say cheese, or if you say capture. Okay, let's try it again. Capture. There you go. You do have the option to, you know, take you know, fingerless pictures there, and it's pretty good too. And there's also like a victory. I don't know how to say it. Like a thing where you put your, if you put your fingers, if you put your 2 fingers in front of the camera like this, yeah, like you just saw happen. If you put your 2 fingers in front of the camera, it will take a picture. I don't know. Let me turn on. Okay, so it's called gesture capture, and if you put your 2 fingers in front of the camera, and if the camera can read, there you go, it'll automatically, you know, take a picture for you, right? And then of course the voice control as well. All right, so let's get out of the camera for a second. I think we've seen that enough. Another cool feature about this phone is, you know, obviously the OS. It's an Android based phone, so it is running Android 4.4.2 KitKat, and if you go to the dialer, it's just an awesome dialer. And let me get rid of the previously calls, but you know, you have big buttons here, and if you just, you know, dial, if you just start dialing, it'll bring up like recent calls or something like that, and or your favorites. And then if you press call, you get this, you know, big screen here. You can hear the speaker, how good it is. It's pretty good, right? Turn the speaker off, and then if you know, you hit the keypad, the digital keypad, you see it's like complete. The screen is just like completely filled. It's just awesome. It's really convenient.
Now, go ahead
and I like it. So I really like the dialer. I'm into that. So let's end that part. And you know, with the new dialer from the 4.4.2 version of KitKat, if you just start typing in your friends' names, or if you just start typing in a phone number, it'll bring up the most previously, you know, it'll bring up your favorites, or you know, the most previously dialed people, right? So you know, it's really convenient, right? And if we just like type in a number, hang on, let me type in a number. Actually, no, you know, so I'm typing in numbers, and then, you know, it just kind of brings up da 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 da. So I don't know. I mean, obviously no one needs instructions on how to use a dialer. I just feel like it's really convenient to get to where you want to be pretty fast with this dialer. All right, so let's get out of the dialer for a second. And the other apps that come standard with the phone are pretty good. So let's go into the gallery, and you can see how everything is stored. The first thing I did when I got my SD card was I loaded it up with, you know, filled with movies and cool stuff like that. And you can see, like, I put a bunch of movies on my I put a bunch of movies on my SD card, and then I loaded the card up to my phone. So, you know, it shows you this cool little thumbnail trailer of each movie, and you can see which one it is. There's no caption or anything like that. You just have to kind of, you know, you could tell. You don't really need anything telling you what the movie is. You can tell by just the actors in the screen, like what's what. And then I have VLC player on here, so it just defaults to that. But let's just take a look at a movie real quick, and then we can see the quality of the video. Sorry my screen is so dirty, but you know, I have like greasy fingers, or oily fingers I should say. And this movie, you know, well, everybody knows what this movie is, but let me just skip ahead a little bit.
Who else? Farmer's Bond. What was it like being stabbed? It was the single most painful experience of my life. What was the second most painful? You ever fired two guns whilst jumping?
Alright, so you can see how that movie is. And then, you know, you have your options to change the video, you know, based on your mobile device. But I don't know. I like having a VLC as the player for this particular phone, and I love the way the gallery works with this phone. It's just so good. And you know, I have other videos on here, and the sound is great. Everything else is great. You know, the pictures. Like, there's a picture of me and my family. Yeah, like I said, the camera just like is great. The quality, everything works well. The colors are really vibrant. They're not dull. They come through well, and you can change the camera settings in order to make your pictures, you know, more personalized. There's a picture I took the other day. All right, so let's get out of the gallery for a second, and let's do something else. I'm not gonna go too far into the apps because everybody has their own favorite apps, and you know, you can tailor your phone, or you're gonna tailor your phone to what you want it to be, not to what I have showing here. But you know, I have the basics. I have YouTube, and oh well, I mean, if you want to see like about the quality or whatever, we can definitely take a look at that. So as far as like the notifications go, you know, you just swipe down from the top, and you can see your notifications and everything like that. And you know, with this version of Android, you can swipe away. Not all of your notifications will be swipeable, but like a lot of them will. You know, like this one about user permissions, it isn't swipeable. All you have to do is just click on it, and you know, it'll take you to settings, and then you can change it from there. But here in the corner, if you just tap on the other portion of that, you can get to the other settings. And we want to turn on the Wi-Fi. There you go. And we'll turn off the data while we're in the house. Who cares? And now that we have our Wi-Fi back on or whatever, we'll go to YouTube so we can check that out. Sorry, this video is getting long, but I'm going to stop it soon. Okay, so let's just watch something from the internet, and we'll see how fast it is. And we can just watch something simple. So I am in the basement right now, so it's taking its time to load a little bit, but okay, so you see it did just stop there. That doesn't usually happen, but it happened this time. Alright, so we'll stop it right there and we'll go back. And of course, you know, you can cast your video from, you can cast the video from your phone onto your TV as long as you have a receiver. So I have Google Chromecast, and so I can, you know, I can cast anything from my phone or from my tablet or even from my laptop onto my TV screen. And so, yeah. Alright, there it is. So, I don't know. Let's look at something else in 1080p. Alright, so we'll stop that right there. And that's fine. So I did download the Antutu Benchmark app, so I could, you know, see how this phone rates against others. And even though I deleted, you know, Antutu, and I'm not going to run it here because it's just pointless. Like, Antutu is good, but you don't have to keep it on your phone to keep running it over and over again. You just do it like a couple of times and you see how your phone ranks. But you know, that's more than enough. So basically, you know, my phone the iRulu came in under other phones, like, you know, the Samsung Galaxy, or even the other, you know, big Chinese brand like Xiaomi. But it's still, it was like toward the second half of the you know, of the average of the pack, you know, and that's fine, because I know now what the phone is capable of and what it's not capable of. And the phone is capable of a lot of cool stuff, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many different apps you can there's so many different apps that you can download, and so many different things you can do with this phone. It's just like not even funny. Like, yeah, the graphics on this phone are amazing, and it's really clear. I love the sound, you know, just like custom everything. And like I said, you know, I listen to music on this phone more than anything, and every day I just put more and more songs on here. So if you're a music head, you can, you know, load this thing up. Just save your music to your SD card or whatever, and you'll be fine. But yeah, you know, so like right now, you know, I have like Google Play and all that stuff, and I just listen to, you know, the music I like. So this is one of the songs. I won't turn it up too loud, and you can hear like how well it comes through. All right, and then you can like you can fast forward your music, pause your music, or stop your music all from the notification bar, and you know, it just makes it easily accessible. All right, so now let's get into some of the cool features of the phone. So like you heard me just listening to music, right? So I turned on gesturing for this phone. So I turned on gesturing for this phone, and with it, I can do a lot of cool stuff. And I'll just show you, like, let's say the phone, you know, you push the power button, and now you want to like get like easy access to your camera or whatever. You can just use your finger and draw a C on the screen. Fifth time's a charm. Right, so you got to be good, and yeah, you can draw, you know, a C on the screen, and you get access to your camera. And so like, let's say we just like take a picture, boom, and then you take a picture, and then, you know, you can press like the home screen again, and it'll bring you right back to home. So there's different gestures you can do to wake up your phone. So the camera is the C. You have to draw the C on the screen, and then it comes up. Okay, so that time is a little bit better. I got fat fingers, so you know how it is. All right, so the other gesture you can do is you can draw a V on the screen, and then you automatically pulls up your flashlight. I didn't want to do that. Okay, and so the camera, I mean the you know, the flashlight is really bright. So if you're ever, you know, fumbling for your keys or something in the dark near the car, like something like that is really helpful. All right, so let's go back to off. Okay, and then another thing you can do is you could draw a W on the screen. Let me try again. Whoops. I know I have this setting set to something, I just don't remember what it is. There are other, hang on, crap. Give me a second. I have to, figure out, what my setting was. So if we go to screen gestures, I'm sorry, I didn't have one. The other two gestures are E and M, and so it wasn't a W, excuse me. I don't have that gesture set to anything. So E, if you draw an E on the screen, it'll bring up your dialer automatically.